I specialize in Smith Mountain Lake. That's my market. But I know a lot of y'all are very curious about Lake Anna as well when you're trying to figure out which lake would be the best lake for you to buy a home on. I know Smith Mountain Lake very well, but I've done some research on Lake Anna and to come up with some differences between the two to see which one would better fit you. Smith Mountain Lake covers 22,000 acres. It was built in 1963 by AEP. They privately regulate the lake in combination with the Virginia DWR, but you have to go through AEP for all of your dock permits and any of the permitting required for around the lake shore. Lake Anna is 13,000 acres and was built in 1972 by the North Anna nuclear power plant. It also is split into two different regions, the private and the public side, which we'll get into that a little bit later. First topic we're going to cover is the distance. I know we have a lot of people moving from Northern Virginia to Smith Mountain Lake, so you would have to factor in whether you're fully retiring and moving to the lake or if this is just going to be a weekend trip. Because if it's just going to be a weekend trip, you would need to factor in that 4-hour drive time back and forth to the lake, and you realistically need to figure out how much that matters to you. If it's going to be a huge inconvenience, Lake Anna may make more sense. But if it's going to be more of a long-term thing or a seasonal thing, you may want to consider Smith Mountain Lake. From what I've researched, Lake Anna has the private side and the public side. The public side is just that. It's open to anybody, and there are different restaurants and many different boating activities on that side, and it's a lot busier than the private side. The private side, you actually have to own land or be invited to that side of the lake, and so there's a lot less boat traffic and it's a lot calmer on that side. If lake traffic is definitely something you're worried about, you would definitely need to take that into consideration when buying land on Lake Anna or buying a house that's already built. Smith Mountain Lake, on the other hand, is all regulated by AEP, and so there are no separations, and it is open to the public all the way across the lake. The good thing about Smith Mountain Lake is you wouldn't be limited to just a little area of the lake. You would have free control to roam all over the lake, all 22,000 acres worth. Smith Mountain Lake can definitely get very busy during the summertime. That's the busiest time of the season for the lake, and it can get crowded at times, but with 22,000 acres of water to cover, there are definitely always a cove you can find that's empty or somewhere to go that's a lot more peaceful than the main channels, especially around Manita where everybody's trying to gather. You also have the beautiful mountains in the background. You have Smith Mountain where the dam is placed, and from certain areas you can see back towards the Blue Ridge Mountains as well. And it creates a very nice and peaceful looking scenery. You would definitely not have a mountain backdrop on Lake Anna, but it all depends on what you want. There are many different options for housing on Smith Mountain Lake, with options starting around $400,000 and going up to well over $3 million, depending on where you're at. If you're on the water, off the water, with lake access, depends on where you'll be at in that category. Smith Mountain Lake tends to offer more land and privacy per dollar. This is not something you get on Lake Anna. With Smith Mountain Lake being the larger lake, you definitely have more inventory, more room to negotiate and figure out what best fits you. Lake Anna is definitely a faster moving market with a little bit tighter inventory than Smith Mountain Lake. If you're interested, I can definitely show you what all is available on Smith Mountain Lake right now and walk you through everything we have. On Smith Mountain Lake, you're roughly 45 minutes from either Lynchburg or Roanoke, where you would go to find more big box stores and retail. But on the lake, there are tons of options for restaurants, marinas, golf courses, and different things to keep you busy all weekend long. From what I can tell, Lake Anna tends to be a little more rural, and you still have to drive to get back to the big box retail with less options on the lake. From what I can tell, Smith Mountain Lake is built a lot better for year-round living, where Lake Anna seems to skew a little more towards the seasonal vibes. Now let's decide which lake is best for you. Lake Anna may be best for you if you're staying in Northern Virginia and this is just a weekend thing or maybe even a seasonal thing. You also could explore the possibilities of short-term rental income. With it being so close to Northern Virginia, you could definitely have options with that. Smith Mountain Lake may probably be better if you're relocating or retiring full time. That way the drive time doesn't even matter anymore because you're here 24/7. Smith Mountain Lake would also be a great fit if you're looking for bigger water, blue ridge scenery, and a true lake community. This is built for people who are looking for a true lifestyle change, not just a weekend adventure. Although you could do both here and you would definitely still be happy. Both are great lakes, and in my opinion, any lake is better than not having a lake. So if Smith Mountain Lake is the choice that you're deciding to make, I would be glad to help you. I'm also going to be putting out a ton more information on this lake and what it takes to actually buy you a house here. I'm Jacob Rowland with Keller Williams, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I will catch you in the next video.